Well, this month, take Meatless Mondays to a whole new level with Veganuary. It's a challenge to remove animal products from your diet for the entire month.
Yeah, it could make an impact not only on your health, but on the environment as well. And joining us now to talk about it is Angela Yvonne. She's a host of the podcast Vegan Pop Eats.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Happy New Year.
Thank you so much.
What is off limits in a vegan diet for those who don't know?
Well, I like to say if it's not from the ground, you put it down.
Oh, I love that.
That's a good way to remember.
But with vegans, we don't eat any kind of animal products whatsoever.
Ooh, I know, not even an egg.
Not an egg, no cheese.
Oh.
So no byproducts.
No honey?
Honey. No honey. We do agave and maple syrup.
I've even heard that some go as far as not wearing like animal products, like leather and fur and things like that.
That's sort of extreme, but
Yeah.
I always say that if you thrift it, it's not the same as in purchasing it right away.
All right.
Yes,
All right. You
yes,
got us
yes.
on that. Okay. So why go vegan? Tell us about some of the benefits with doing this.
Well, with going vegan, a lot of benefits is that you look you're 185 years old and the
You
food
look
is
65.
good. Yeah, you can be 25. But one of the benefits is in the African American community, we have issues with high blood pressure, diabetes, and some say that the plant-based vegan diet can also cure some of the cancers.
All right, so some people worry, though, that going vegan can be expensive. Is it expensive to eat vegan?
No, it is absolutely not. I can feed you breakfast, lunch, and dinner for $20.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
But what makes it expensive is when you're buying a lot of faux meats. And I understand that a lot of people think that eating the faux meats is following the vegan diet, but it should be in moderation. With anything, if you're eating anything that's processed, it should be in moderation. But you really want to stick with, if it's not from the ground, put it down. And you walk around the grocery store, more likely out there where the produce is, and you can find that there are cheaper produce. You can also find them in farmers markets and the open markets. And we're fortunate enough to live in New York, and you're living in Brooklyn, and there's
got the cart on the corner.
Yes, and there's bodegas and things like that everywhere.
Okay, so we know a lot of people swear by this lifestyle or diet. Even our mayor, crediting it for turning his health around and reversing his diabetes. So what about those people who are trying to ease into this? What would you suggest for them?
Well, I have the 3M method. And the 3M method is basically where you can do a meatless Monday.
Okay.
You could do a meatless meal. You can do a meatless month.
So start slow.
Start slow, because that's how I transitioned over. I always suggest that, say for instance, you start off with not eating any red meat for a whole month. Then after those 30 days are over, then you go to no red meat, no chicken. And then no red meat, no chicken, no seafood. Then no red meat, no chicken, no seafood, and dairy. Dairy is always the hardest one to give away, because we live in this wonderful city and pizza is everywhere.
Oh,
but
that's true.
We have fantastic vegan cheeses that won't even make you miss the dairy cheeses.
Does the body kind of go to withdrawal, though? So let's say you go a month or a couple of months eating vegan and you stick with it, and then you start eating animal products or animal byproducts again. What happens to the system? Well,
in your system, when you are off of anything, your body is detoxing from it. So there's a possibility you might get, sort of, a stomach ache or things of that nature, but that's only because it's out of your system. And then you are sort of detoxed from the so-called addiction. So you don't get sick, but your body is aware when you start. It's almost like when you go to the gym. When you go to the gym and you create this habit and you're going and you're going and going, and then you decide that, oh, I'm not going to go to the gym for a week. That's how it feels. It feels like, oh my God, I have to start all over again.
All right. Well, yesterday we talked about dry January.
Veganuary, make it count.
Yes.
I'll get you next year on Veganuary.
She's doing dry
January. But Angela, thank you so much for joining us today.
No, thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate it. And for more tips on the vegan lifestyle, you can visit Angela's website or follow her on Instagram. The information is right there on your screen.